Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Didsbury Art Studio and I'm Sally, and in today's video we're going to be using a frame loom. It is this little weave up here at the top. You'll see during the video that I do different placements of where I want this weave to go. It's not actually attached at the minute because I'm still thinking about where I want it to go, but you'll see loads of different ideas of where it could go towards the end of the video. So shall we get straight into this? Okay gang, so I have got a frame loom here. It's a little bit different to using the cardboard loom and the foam board. You've got closer together little notches on here, and also the warp length, obviously we get more. I'm also using some card down at the bottom I've separated out so that I can weave through there, weaving comb and the wooden needles there, and I'm just going to put twining on at the bottom. This time I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up, and then I'm going to be adding some tassels and then doing a weave with these wools that I've got here so that I can think about adding to my weave over there. So we're still building on that one, so let's get cracking. Okay, so to begin with, my warp has ended on an over here. I'm going to weave, I'm going to weave over the top of that, and I'm going to do a plain weave over this way. Oops. Okay, so I'm just going to thread that back up. I'm just going to tie a little knot. I'm going to use my weaving comb and just pull this down like so. Okay, for this twining is going to be the base of this weave. Because I've ended on an under there, I'm going to bring my needle down through the back of this warp length and pull my needle through. And once again, I'm going to take my needle down through the back there and pull that through. We're going to go to the next warp length. I'm going to go around the back. Just make sure that is pulled out a bit. Pull my needle through. This will just give us a base to work on top of with the weave. Again, and take it to the next, pull that through, and I'm going to do all the rest. That is done. Just going to use my little comb to push that down. The warp lengths there are nice and even because of this twining, and the twining is going to really help us when we come to taking the weave off later so that our weave doesn't all fall apart. Okay, so that is the start of it. Okay. And next what we're going to do is we're going to do a plain weave, just to finish this off and hold it together. So I've ended on an under here with my weft, and so I'm going to start on an over, and I'm just going to weave that back through. One row, And then I'm going to come back in the opposite direction. So I've ended on under, back again. And pull that down. There we go. And then once more back the other way. So I'm at the other side. I'm just going to hold on to this last warp length here, stretch it out, pull it down as even as possible, and we are done. And next what I want to do is the Rer Knots. So those are the tassely bits that are going to go at the bottom of my weave. So I'm going to, I've just got a box here of acrylic paint, and I'm just going to use the width of it, wrap around a few times, cut off the end. That's going to be a little collection of my tassels. Now, I don't really like my tassels, my Rer Knots, to be even, messy, so I'll show you what to do next. Okie dokie, so I've got my lengths of wool, and I'm going to mix up and change this about and get loads of different tassely ones. You're going to take 2 of your warp strands, just folded my lengths in half. I'm just going to put the little bridge there over the top of the first 2 warp strands, and I'm going to pull in the left hand side through the middle, and then I'm going to pull in the right hand side through the middle, and then you just pull that down like so. And there you have got your tassel. So this is every 2 warp strands. So we'll do another one. This time I've added some darker brown, fold it in half, grab my next 2 warp strands here, lay it over the top, pull that through, and pull that one through, and pull that down there. Okay, so I am going to crack on and do the rest. Okay, so very nearly finished here. So last 2. The tassels have gone really, really chunky because I've used some thicker wool mixed up with some of the thinner wool. So we'll take a look at that in a minute, whether I really, really like it or not. I can decant. Oh, got a little friend. Hello, Lola. Hi. You come to join? That is mega, mega chunky, isn't it? But I like it. Wow. There she is. Hi. Okay, so next what I want to do is I just want to do 2 rows of tabby weave, the plain weave, just to keep this all secure and together. So that is where we are up to. Now I'm going to do some designs on the top and I'll show you how to take it off the frame later. Okay then, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to be using this string here, and I am probably going to be taking it from here. I'd quite like to sort of decrease it as I get higher up. So it's going to be a tabby weave and we're going to go over and under. And then I've ended on under, so I'm going to start on an over. So I'm going to crack on with this and get my shape done and do a time lapse. Okay, so I finished that one. I've kind of decreased as I've gone higher up, and now I'm just going to go on to using this wool over here and do like a little shape, and then just start including some of the colours that I've got over here just minimally and see how we get on. So I finished my little frame loom weave. Got some tabby weave, some sumac, some knots, and yeah, I've done a little twining weave at the top to finish it off like I did at the beginning. So now I'm going to just show you how I take this off the loom. I've just turned my loom over, and what I'm going to do is I've just done the first one there. I'm just going to grab the two warp lengths and just push them up high and literally take that off the loom. Okay, so I've taken it off the frame. This is it on the back, and then I'm just going to pull the card out, tie some knots at the bottom of my piece. Okay, so I've tied my knots, I've just trimmed those off. Usually you would just thread those back up here, but because I'm doing something a little bit different with mine, I'm going to be attaching it to my other larger weave, then that's how they're going to remain behind these tassels. So I hope you enjoyed this video today, and if you did, do give it a like, share the channel if you could please, and also subscribe if you are new today and you enjoyed this video. It's obviously free content. I shall see you in the very next video. Take care of yourselves.